there, welcome back to another slightly rednecked video. Again, my name is Chris. Today we're going to be working on breeding my rabbits. It is December 7th. You know, I'm in Southwest Missouri. It does get pretty cold here. We do have, you know, pretty, not, I wouldn't say harsh. We have fairly mild winters, but we do get well below freezing in the wintertime for, you know, pretty consistently. So, you know, it may seem counterproductive if you're not a rabbit breeder, you're new to breeding rabbits. It may seem like you're going to be breeding them in the wintertime, but this is my preferred time of year to breed them. Now, today we got a pretty nice day. It's about 40 degrees out. I wouldn't even need the jacket, honestly, if it wasn't for, I'm going to be handling rabbits and I want to protect my arms from getting all scratched up. I could probably get away without it, but regardless, we do have some cold weather coming. Just a couple of days, we're expecting anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snow. A cold front's coming through. We're going to be down below freezing. But still, these guys have big fur coats on. They do much better in the wintertime than they do in the summertime. When I've tried to breed rabbits in the summertime, I've had issues with the kits really struggling and suffocating. I've lost kits due to the heat. In the wintertime, even below freezing, you know, when they're born below freezing, as long as they're born in the nest box, very few problems, if any. They've always done just fine. So my preferred time of year is fall and winter. Normally I would already have them bred by this time of year, but I've been kind of lazy, and but we're getting to it today. So anyway, pretty simple process. I am going to put some gloves on because, well, it is wintertime. My skin's very dry, and if they kick me, it's going to break open, and I'm on blood thinners, and I'm going to bleed. So just to protect my skin a little bit, I'm going to put some gloves on. Got the glove with the hole in it, so hopefully I'm okay. It shouldn't be that bad. We'll take our time and be okay. So if you're new to breeding rabbits, it's a pretty simple process. We always take the doe to the buck. We never take the buck to the doe. Does can get very territorial and can get pretty aggressive with a buck if you try to put him in her cage. So we don't want to do that. We always want to take the doe, put her in the buck's cage. Most of the time, if you run into problems, it's going to be the doe that is reluctant to breed, so she's not going to lift for the buck. He's going to be all excited and ready to breed. She's not going to lift for him. That's a pretty common issue. We'll see if we have that problem today or not, or if they just go, I'm going to breed both my does today. We'll see if both of them are receptive today or not. Who knows? We're going to find out. If you do have problems with that, I've got a whole video. I'll put a link up here. It tells you what to do if you're having issues getting your doe to breed. There's a lot of different things that you can try and a lot of different things that you can do to try to get her to breed. If the buck is the one that's not willing to breed, if he's not super excited and trying to, you know, mount the doe, then that usually boils down to one of two things. One, he's probably overweight. Need to cut back on his feed a little bit, get him to lose a little bit of weight. That might help with that. Or the second thing is usually he's maybe aged out. So if he's over like 5, 6 years old and he's not wanting to breed, he's probably aged out. It's probably time to get a replacement buck. That's pretty much it. But again, that's usually not an issue. Usually the issue is the doe doesn't want to breed. So check out that video if you have problems. That'll help address that. So we're going to get to it. This is probably going to be a fairly quick video. What we're going to do is we're going to take my blue doe, we're going to breed her with my black buck way over here on the side, and then this doe right here will get bred with this buck right behind me. So you'll see it as we go. So we're going to take the doe, we're going to put her in the buck's cage, we're going to watch them for about 10 minutes. I don't give them more than about 15 minutes. If the doe has not lifted and allowed the buck to mount and breed at that point, then I'm going to move her out back to her own cage and we'll try again tomorrow or whenever. But that's about it. Give her about 15 minutes. You don't want to walk away. You don't want to just leave them together. There's a good chance that the doe could get fed up with the buck and then she's going to turn aggressive on him. And you know, there's been cases of does castrating bucks. I mean, all kinds of bad things can happen. So you really don't want to leave them unsupervised, so to speak. You need to be nearby so you can break up if the fight starts. That's probably not going to happen, but still, it's a good thing. Be nearby just in case. All right, so I'm just going to open this cage up here, and then we'll get the doe. We'll move her in. And we'll leave your water bowl in there. Hopefully you don't spill it. This can get a little rambunctious sometimes. I'm going to move your camera over here so you guys can see a little bit better in this cage. All right, that's a black rabbit. Don't jump out now. Come back in there. It's a black rabbit in a shadowy box. You're probably going to have a hard time seeing him, but hopefully this is going to show up well enough. So let me get the doe and we'll get to it. Hi there. Hi there. Come on around. Come on around. Come on forward. Oh, my goodness. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh. And that's it. We're going to put her in here and we're just going to let them do their thing. And of course, just as always, he's ready to go. It doesn't look like she's lifting for him right now, so we'll give him a few minutes to see if that happens. I always try to, if he tries to mount the wrong way, I'll push him off because I don't want him to get worn out before she's willing to. And then sometimes I'll help him out too, like she's back in the, kind of up against the wall. It's a little hard for her to lift at that point. So sometimes I'll go ahead and reach in here, break him up, move her around just a little bit, get her a better position, try to get her to calm down just a little. Move forward. There you go. Oh, I need to brush him out. Lots of hair. And we'll give him a minute and see what he's going to do. Not that side, buddy. Wrong side. And she's not looking like she's going to want to breed today. You can resort to what they call forced breeding, which would be lifting in there and kind of trying to manipulate the doe. I don't like to do that. I just like to let nature take its course, see if she's going to allow him to breed. And a lot of the times, you know, while we're talking about, like I said, you can watch that video I posted and see about other issues, but a lot of the times it's the act of the breeding that actually gets her in the mood. So if she doesn't breed here in the next couple of minutes, I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch this all, but if she doesn't breed here in the next couple of minutes, we'll move her back to her cage and we'll just keep trying because she may be in the mood then, you know, in a day or 2 days and see how that goes. I don't think it's going to happen today. I think we're going to have to postpone this and do this again. We'll try my other doe here in a minute, see if she's a little bit more willing to breed. One of the other issues we may be running into right now is that, you know, we just passed the winter solstice. Days are pretty short. Light has a little bit of an impact on that. So if you were to add lights to this, extend the daylight hours to about 14 hours a day, that might put her a little bit more of a mood. I'm not going to mess with that. We're just going to hopefully, you know, in the next maybe couple of days or maybe even next weekend, she'll be ready and be a little bit more willing to lift for him. But I don't think it's going to happen today. She's pretty stubborn and acting like she does not want to lift for him. So probably not going to happen. All right, so try number 2. I got rabbit hair all over me.